Roshan. There's a DD that spawned outside the pit for them, but there's still a minute and a half to go. We know he'll spawn there. Oh, another catch. It does bottle. It's just a catch on the dragon. I was like, what are they zapping? What are they jumping on? It's the ancient creep of the Beastmaster.
Players here.
I'm very impressed by the bottle. I definitely would have just, you know, talked about grabbing it. Oh, they're checking. There's no Roche.
There's no Roche yet. The Glimmer giving a bit of safety to Mavosky. The onslaught of Valina while the DD's up for the bear. Straight on towards Pure. Does pop her BKB now. Yatoro still holding on to his 9-second one. So a good bit of baiting. That's what you were looking for in the initial fight. Bait out BKBs, look for this next Roshan, and try and, you know, you've not got Blink Enigma, so you want to try and draw your opponents into choke points. Drag them into a staircase, make them chase you a little bit so Collapse can find that. Just easy sitter, walk in there with a black hole.
BetBoom have pretty consistently been the ones that start the bigger fights. Some of the pickoffs have certainly been started by Mira, as we've seen.
Incoming!
I feel like Spirit have had a lot of opportunities to just sit back. They're going to keep pressuring, though, because they know there's no BKB on Pure. They want to find additional pickoffs right now.
Yatoro straight in. They do get a hook shot onto under Tokyo, but the Laguna Blade and Lena's damage shreds through the Clockwork's armor. Yatoro's BKB and enraged. Oh, black hole there. Collapses on GPK. Damage is lacking though. Yatoro's on the run. They're bailing out of this one. Team Spirit don't want to continue fighting, and the chain frost is being wasted somewhat. But in comes Yatoro again. Pure. Munched up by the big bad bear. And now you're down your Lena, down BKBs. Roshan has just respawned as they waltz into the pit and look to claim their prize.
Everyone knows about it though. Hawks flying in. Units abound. Axes too. Buyback from Mira.
That was just a one.
Lena buys back as well. Oh, it's getting a bit spicy around the pit. Lena's TPing to an ancient creep near the Roche pit. Looking for the Enigma. Nightfall's coming in with the roar on the ledge. Mira though with a hook shot. Lines it up. Pure has to be. They spend Laguna Blade on the Clockwork now. Where's the bear? Yatoro's coming in. The Ogre, stronger Tokyo has no mana. He's the first one. Will root up the bear and blast, and GPK giving a little bit more space and life. But they'll take them down with Nightfall. A double kill for the Beastmaster. Zeus fights back now, and Yatoro's in again. This bear is so hungry. Nothing will sate the man as he tries to get him. But Pure is back in, misses the Dragon Slave. Oh, it's so close to disaster for both teams. Fight to the death around the pit. Multiple buybacks, but Roshan still stands wondering what's going on outside his house.
And there's still salves here. He's salving up right now, and Yatoro's got another one in the bag here, too, to throw in. He does not want to get too far away from this. Support's absolutely crushing in these engagements, though. Toronto Tokyo with the massive overgrowth there to help get the kill in combination with Nightfall to finally even out that fight, because it was looking pretty bad for BetBoom. Even like way back to the... God, it was so long ago. The very beginning where like the black hole was used on the BKB from the Tiny as well. That Chain Frost did so much to break them apart. Like the formation for BetBoom is so difficult to hold tight because number one, you're under vision constantly because of the Zeus and the flares, and then you have the threat of black hole and Chain Frost.
Radiant are scanning.
Yatoro is just thriving in that chaos, out and in, bobbing and weaving with the blinks, but he's back in the pit. And look at that Thunder God's wrath.
Snatch of the Aegis by Yatoro. They throw the Laguna Blade in towards Clark, and Pure, trying to stand his ground, has to back up to the high ground now, though.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Team Spirit come out the victors. Agadem Shard and the Aegis on the Ursa.
That makes them significantly harder to bring down now.
They're incredibly strong at this point. And this is the most important objective that they have just taken for themselves. Second Roche. This will unlock the tier 2s for them.
Look at clockwork damage. 15,315.
What? And I'm impressed by the Pugler's damage as well. 15k for him. Netherward, what a spell.
Apparently.
What's
my Tiny doing here? 8,800?
Oof.
Is that right? That's not good.
That feels real bad.
We need an Agnum Scepter and a Shard here or something. We got to get something going for GBK.
Yeah, Echo Saber with no Shard feels pretty rough. I guess they were hoping for that Roshan take, grab the free Shard from there, but nothing doing. For this next couple of minutes, vital for Spirit to get onto these tier 2s. You need to start pressuring waves towards tier 3s in the base so you can play with this Enigma, Zeus, and the Clockwork out in open map territory.
So Ursa used to be considered a hero that fell off pretty hard in the late game, I would say. That has changed very much. Like now I think he's considered one of the stronger heroes in the late game just because of like the way talents work and everything, all these constant and rages and everything.
Aghanim Shard, yeah.
Yeah, he's harder to kite overall, aside from like nullifiers or something where you're trying to like field his overpower, blah, blah, blah. But do you think there's a point where it could be very hard for Spirit to actually like go high ground?
I think so, yeah. That's kind of what I was alluding to, right? Is you want to be able to push. Oh, that hook shot missing top. So like you want to take these tier 2s, not necessarily just to go high ground, but you want the waves to be pushed towards the high ground. So then you have the open map to play into where you need to take a team fight. You need to get caught by the Zeus. Lich is here, throws the overgrowth out, but it's dead anyway. But yeah, you kind of want to make the map small for BetBoom so the Beastmaster and the Treant feel a little sadder. Because when Beastmaster and Treant are sad, they go deep on the map to play tree lines and, you know, push out waves sneakily, right? And that's why your Zeus and Clockwork have so many more effective tools to find them and kill them. And a kill leads to buybacks. Buybacks lead to diebacks, and diebacks lead to base pushes.
Oh, no heroes, easy buildings.
Yes.
Good strategy. I like that. Well,
yeah,
no right clicks is a sad Lina though, because that's a halberd finished up on Mira.
Oof. Feels pretty bad for Pure.
And Nightfall again, queuing up a scythe. The scythes, they're everywhere right now in our matches. A lot of people gravitating towards it, maybe a bit earlier than you'd expect on some heroes.
Yeah, when you were talking about the Ursa and his strengths, I was wondering why there are no Yule Scepters on the Radiant.
Yeah, it's the Force Staff, honestly. It just takes up too much, you know?
Yeah, you need to against the top, so you can't buy Yules against Ursa. Wait, does Nightfall have Scythe? It's complete?
Yeah, it's complete.
Oh, yeah.
It's like only a couple hundred gold away before, so. Scythe, I think probably a lot of popularity lately. We're seeing a lot of lineups like this where there's like one sustained damage dealer in the Ursa, and he just wants to hop in here.
Yeah, a lot of these very close fights between teams of a similar level very often comes down to there's a vision hero they have or a great observer ward placement, and then the immediate jump and catch. Being able to blink Scythe or get in there with your Clockwork, your Enigma, very important for both teams. That's why we've seen Collapse go this Eon Disc into Blink Dagger now.
I think Mira's halberd pick is really strong here because she's gonna have the hook shot into just instant halberd, right? Like typically, a lot of heroes, you know, you think about buying halberd versus these ranged cores, and typically the way that they alter their gameplay is they just BKB a little bit earlier in preparation for it, knowing that like, you know, I'm gonna have a chance to get that off at the very least, and I'll get my chance to do my damage. Can't really do that versus Clockwork. Like if you're getting hooked, you're getting hooked, and you're not gonna have a counterplay. And then he even has the blaster too.
GDK's in, they scythe the clock, but a good force stab, and another one drifting Mira away from danger.
Well, you know what he wants back.
Show off the ancient granite golem. Getting Mira out of there is so important because you've just been saying he's the one hero that gets in and causes problems for them. Nice speed crap. From to Tokyo, nullified, but Yatoro can't keep going. Aegis now being claimed. Makes it a little worrisome that they only took one tier 2. Top lane is completely defended by towers. Mid lane tier 2 still pretty healthy.
So much dodging this game by both teams. Like
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
smoke out here, gonna pop. They know they're on the high ground now. How do you play this now? Like you understand where the side team spirit is initiating from. You still don't have blink tree, and
no, Mira just shows himself. Black Dragon, oh, could blink away with that Nightfall, jumping out of the hookshot range. Very close. Mira just acting as a barrier between the rest of his team and BetBoom.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, Grotto, you be careful, dude. They're coming. Did an abyssal bladed.
Radiant structures.
After 45 seconds. BetBoom's going to play into this. They're swarming back towards their tier 2 mid. They're going to catch on Mira. Trapped inside a cage he made himself. 1-for-1 trade. Tier 2 still standing. So it looks like everyone's just going to chill for a bit, back up to their side of the map, and maybe even just think about next Roche.
a lot of vision left behind here by Team Spirit. Have they lost the gem? I don't think they've bought one on the Radiant, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen one at the very least. But yeah, that's a lot of vision. We got ward mid by the tier 2, and like one on the river, one on the tier 2, and then one at the top lane as well. So
yeah,
Team Spirit are gonna know if they rotate towards that Roche pit.
they're sticking it bottom though. They're going high ground. Looks like Pure is pretty ready here. Just put the dragon up there on top of the staircase. Hit tier
Dyer's
3.
bottom tower is under attack.
It's very tempting. I mean, it's Satanic, BKB. They know there's no Aegis right now. Hawk in the tree line as well to watch for any additional counter plays that could come out here from, you know, I don't know, maybe collapses a secret blink they don't know about or something.
Dyer's
Currently not
bottom
there
tower
quite yet.
is under attack.
They got... Oh, do they have him? No, he force staffed away fast enough. I thought maybe the Nimbus would give them the
Dyer's
opportunity they
bottom
needed.
tower is under attack.
They're still chipping at that tier 3.
Radiant's top
Close
tower
to
is
death
under
at 300
attack.
health.
Yatoro?
And there's the Hex and Disarm on Yatoro. Got decrapped for a second there. Don't kill the bear.
Very confident in that BKB protecting him, it would seem. And back they go.
Right, just clear out one more wave bottom. Head back into mid. I don't know, I still feel like Team Spirit should be aiming for top tier 1. It's not the most important tower, but it's, you know, a bit more bonus gold, and also lets them pivot from Ancients much more effectively. Well, that's an instant Roche spawn. It was 0 seconds
Yes.
on the timer.
Yes, it was. Okay. Hey. Ooh, missed hook.
So many of these ancient creeps though, just free money from the dragons. Yatoro jumps in, reside. Moshka is taken out already, and the Ursa
Under attack.
gets killed.
Let's go, Nightfall.
BetBoom just stay on their high ground, fight into Spirit as they invade, and now they're TPing forward onto the dragon. Trying to catch that with a stun that catches there. They kill him, and a double goes to Pure. And the fact they already set up the bottom tier 3 means they could very quickly just push this wave into mid, move to bottom, and take
look at the
away the
Hawk.
barracks.
Pigs Roche.
Oh, you're right.
And it's got a refresher shard. Oh. Actually, is that better? I don't know.
Actually, I'm telling you, we're pretty good.
Yeah, that would have been pretty good, actually. Yeah, they're definitely a little sad.
But I guess double B Satanic Lincoln's on Pure is also very,
Or
very
Nightfall, too. Like, double BKB and Sights.
Yeah, true.
Roars. Definitely could be strong on both. Probably Pure, though. I think it's safer. So what happened there, I believe, was the vision was there from the Hawk on top of Yatoro, and he precast the Scythe when he blinked in. So he blinked and just got insta-hex and just died.
And at the same time, like Miposhka got jumped by GPK, so this double,
Dyer's middle
like a
tower
tandem
is under
move.
attack.
Still a lot of time here, yeah. They go for the
Dyer's
mid wave as it was the closest one.
Dyer's
We've heard a
middle
lot of pros
tower
talk
is
about this,
under
like
attack.
the idea of the mid wave being the easiest one to defend, but usually it's the hardest one to push. So
Jump. Miposhka disappears. Does have buyback, but Mirror just spent a hook shot trying to delay the death of his mid tower. Pure healing up a little bit with a Satanic off the creep wave as they kill the objective and now they retreat.
to clarify, I mean the easiest one to defend in terms of like these super creeps and having the bigger creeps coming mid is easier to handle than the side lanes. You know, you're always traversing mid anyway, not necessarily about like the high ground stuff.
Like a more natural place to be, no matter what's happening on the map. Yeah.
But they don't get any racks anyway. It's just tier 3, and they're gonna keep their next split. They didn't have to pop the second one, so not the worst for Spirit, but a big boon for BetBoom. They've been waiting a long time to finally get this gold advantage, and it kind of feels like it's just starting to even things out. Whereas Team Spirit are the ones getting a little bit more of the map over the past while. They have the quicker farms, and they felt like the ones that were in the advantage state in a lot of these engagements, thanks to Mira. But finally, they get the jump first. And, well, if I get the jump first, I mean, you know, they get the scythe on the one who tried to jump first.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, interesting that Nightfall had Refresh Orb queued up, but, you know, like you said, he was a candidate for taking the Refresher Shard, which he now does have, and switches his item decision to an Arcane Blink. So with Roar and Hex now being buffed up, this could be huge, as Nightfall BKBs himself, feeling that Spirit were making a move off the back of the Thunder God's Wrath. But BetBoom have planted themselves in this top jungle very firmly, smoking up now, trying to swing down in towards Miposhka and Mira.
The Arcane Blink's there. Let me see it.
Jump in, Yatoro BKBs and runs away. Oh dear, Team Spirit no longer have that protection for the bear. Do wonder, You know, if Collapse has kept this blink hidden,
Dire are scanning.
Ooh, I don't know. Probably not.
probably been scouted for that. Something in the back of BetBoom's mind. Blink Enigma is on the table. They're all very, very deep in their base, waiting for BetBoom to make the first move. GPK's DD will wear off. Pure basically has 4 lives right now with Aegis, Satanic, BKB, Lincoln's Hurricane Pike, plenty of defensive tools, and also plenty of right-click damage.
Dire's
Once that
top
Daedalus
tower
comes,
is
and look
under
at
attack.
how boldly he just walks up to high ground. Pure knows there's very little that can handle him now.
Dire's top tower has
Very,
fallen.
very difficult choice to make here. You don't want to hook shot straight onto an Aegis Lina.
It does not feel great.
Would love to see someone behind. Maybe now take the first life of Yatoro, but not quite good enough. The Flash gets saved by the E-Blade of Low. Lina lives, and the hook shot's on the Tiny now. BKB'd up, and they've rolled the Enigma to no black hole players. The Chain Frost will bounce into GPK and end there. Tiny will finally die as Yatoro claims his life. So top lane of Barracks defended. A BetBoom.
Pure wants to stand and deliver.
The vision is there. They see the Lina, gets the catch on the clockwork. Laguna Blade again, a bit of protection from the physical damage. Magical was coming, but Pure Nightfall trying to slay the clock as Yatoro gets roared. The black hole misses Lina. Catch. Pure can stand his ground and fight with a minute left on Aegis. Satanic still to go. The Lina is untouchable. Yatoro trying to clap away and Earthshock can force stab anything. Save the bear. Somebody get Yatoro out there. No, you can't do it. He's dead for 100 seconds now. And Pure will open back up on the Barracks.
Dire's top
Spirit down their
barracks
most
has fallen.
impactful hero. And BetBoom looking to finish off this game.
Dire's top barracks
Oh, they've waited
has fallen.
so long for this. I got a Nightfall, the Scythe, the Arcane Blink, just perfect. Really playing these last fights well, recognizing how Team Spirit have been outmaneuvering them and just trying to put a stop to it. This bear just can't keep coming in and out like that if we turn him into a pit.
This is a flyback from BK. Doesn't have his BKB and is caught under tier 4s. The Glimmer Cape and E-Blade protecting Miposhka from the toss back. So BetBoom get themselves another ranged Barracks, but losing a Tiny, a little bit rough for BetBoom as they have to all run away from that dire base now. They emerge with a 7k lead, and a big spike in the net worth graph. Win probability has shifted pretty hard as well, from 75% Team Spirit favored just 10 minutes ago to being 63% for BetBoom now.
I'll take that.
Do you think it should be higher, or do you think that's still pretty accurate?
I think it's still I think it's still pretty accurate. Like, I feel like a fighter and Roche, you know, there's Enigma in the game, right? You can never count out a Collapse Enigma. A big black hole, a good jump from Mirror. I think Team Spirit still have all the tools it needs to play team fights. And that's all this game has been about, right? It's either dodging or playing team fights.
I feel like the fights just hinge on like the first person who loses. It's either Lina or Ursa, I guess, right? Like at this point, it's pretty hard for the rest of the cast to do everything. I mean, yes, GPK's in the mix, but he hasn't felt like it. GPK and Laurel are just kind of like these side heroes who are just sort of like chucking in the damage and hoping that their last little bit is enough to finish off what the main hero was up to.
They're secondary characters. Need to
Save the only person with the mental stability to play that many Pugna games, I guess. Be master tier on the hero, very impressive. Not one you see
Nice.
very often.
recovered pretty nicely, right, from being bottom net worth majority of the laning phase, first portion of the game. Now 12,500, plenty of items to play with. BetBoom a little spread here, trying to tighten up around saves Pugna down south. One lane ward closer to the bottom tier 3. Scouts out Miposhka. They know Spirit were coming. And rocket flares into the Roche pit. It's a minute away, so I wonder if Spirit have lost track of the timer.
Playing it safe, you know? Nobody wants to make that mistake.
With flair.
Yeah, it really does feel like whoever gets that
Dire's bottom
key
tower
jump, the
is under
first
attack.
target.
Radiant
I also
are
just don't want to throw a fight right now if I'm BetBoom. Like, I want to keep
bottom
this map
tower
control so that we can try and fight them around the roach pit. It's like, you should be able to establish better vision in this territory and have the fight on your terms at this spot. Right now, Toronto is going to YOLO, I think, for the outpost. Well, that might be a little bit crazy. All right, never mind. It's not going to.
And there's also like defenders advantage with buybacks, right? You don't want to be running into Team Spirit's base when they've potentially got 4 buybacks.
Yeah.
On Ursa, Zeus, Enigma, they've got 5 buybacks. In fact, everyone's ready here for the drop of a hat to return to battle.
Really need this outpost.
Spawns. Vision still stands on top of that
More
spire.
Beastmaster illusions.